like to it. Questions are good. They always add a whole dimension to this meditation.
Hi, Stuart. This is Jason. Could you talk about what samsara is?
Can I talk about what?
Samsara, that word?
Samsara.
Yes.
Well, samsara is, samsara is kind of an endless merry-go-round that spins and spins and goes up and down. And, it's like that song, we're captured on the carousel of time. And it's very much the nature of what it is. It's all illusion. We are born into a world that is literally a dream. Everything around us is illusion. Everything we see is illusion. And the only way to transform this world into reality is to build an inner life that is strong enough to use the illusion to get to God. And when that inner life develops that kind of consciousness, it's no longer samsara. It is a world that is, sacred, that is, has value, is holy. It's all a manifestation of God, and it manifests here to teach us that we have to learn how to transform what we see, into our spiritual life. And I think, I don't know how else to explain it, but, for thousands of years, they've been telling everyone, all the saints and the holy men in the East and all over the place, telling people that we live in a dream. We live in a world that is not real. The only way it gets real is if we get real in ourselves. And I don't mean we suddenly become a tough guy, shooting everybody up. I mean, we have to learn how to transform ourselves, open the heart, be centered, balanced inside, so that we see a world, for exactly what it is. And we recognize that what we see in this world is nothing more than a mirror image of what exists inside ourselves. Mirror images are not ourselves. They're just reflections. And what we see is a reflection. And what we see is samsara. It's not real. And we get so strung out in it and so caught up in it and so trying to change, the external world. I mean, when I see what's going on today, it kind of pisses me off a little bit, I was thinking today of writing an article and maybe getting the Huffington Post to publish it, about how the world can really change, how people can learn, to transform the illusion in the world into reality. And the only way it can be done is people have to change inside themselves. Because what everybody sees, from the politicians to the religious people to the people that do meditation and spiritual practice, what everybody sees external to themselves is an image of who exactly they are. And everybody is trying to fix what's out there. And that will never get fixed. I mean, we go from pandemics to global warming to, it's unbelievable, wars. But if you look inside of people are starving to death for spiritual energy. Just about the whole human race is starving to death for spiritual energy. And that starvation is like a pandemic. And there's an endless war that goes on inside every human being, conflict of good and bad and evil and not knowing what to do and insecurity and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's all an illusion. As you change inside, it all becomes real because you learn how to use every element of life to get you closer to your spiritual enlightenment. And in that kind of change, the heart opens, there's a peace inside you, the mind gets quiet, there's more peace inside you, you have foundation inside yourself, there's more peace inside you, you can deal with anything. But it becomes samsara because it sweeps people, it's like a vacuum cleaner that just sucks people right into it. And they're going to throw money at it and this at it and that. It never changes. It has a different form, but the actual essence of it never changes. I mean, in my lifetime, how many trillions of dollars have been thrown into getting the world to change? And look at the mess we have today. It's because people don't change inside themselves. Now, I cannot get the world to change, but I can work on me. And I can work on me in such depth, you understand, that it attracts people that are sitting in this class that want to do deep spiritual practice. You know, and I think that's an extraordinary level to find 25, 30 people that are here today that are sitting here who truly want a spiritual life. Their hearts are open, you know. But I couldn't do this when I was 20 years old. I was so wrapped up in the samsara, in the illusion. And I spent most of my life kind of running away from it when I was younger. Until I met Rudy. And then I discovered, no, all you're running away from is yourself, Stuart. I remember when I was like 22, 21 years old, I was in Belgium. And I was on my way to Rome. And, you know, in Belgium, they spoke Flemish and French and, you know, they wore certain kinds of clothing. And then I got to Austria and they were speaking German and wearing other kinds of clothing. And I got to Italy and I said, the only thing that hasn't changed here is you, Stuart. You're still crazy as the day is long. And even before I met Rudy, I knew that is what I had to learn how to do. Excuse me, change inside myself. Instead of getting swept away in illusion. You know, the painted ponies go up and down. We're captured on a carousel of time. It's a wonderful song, you know, that I forgot who wrote it, but it was an incredible song and very true, which is samsara. And then we hang around like in Beckett's play, waiting for Godot, waiting for God to come. Instead of doing the inner work we have to do in order to open, to allow higher energy to truly come into us. So we become like clowns in Beckett's play, waiting for Godot, you know? And I'm not putting that play down. It was a wonderful play, and it certainly influenced a lot of my writing when I was younger. But it's very true. People are hanging around waiting for God to come, not doing the inner work in enough depth to truly allow that spiritual force to begin to live inside them. Then the samsara changes. You see a different world. I know in my life, everything I see is an opportunity to grow. I mean, I sprained my ankle 2 days ago and it was very painful. I could barely get out of bed, but I saw it as an opportunity to change and grow. So my daughter came by today and we had a wonderful day, and the ankle is getting better, but instead of getting caught up in anger and this. How can this work for me? How can it work for me? Does anyone else, I hope that's clear, but does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And instead of waiting for Godot, we have to do our inner work. Godot's not gonna, Godot's already here, He's already here. What's missing is our consciousness. That's what's missing. I mean, this everywhere is a manifestation of God, everything, including all the insanity that goes on in the world, the Putins and the this one and the that, it's all a manifestation of something trying to teach people to internalize their life and find spirit inside themselves. And sometimes it's devastating. I mean, people get killed. It's horrible. That pandemic, 1 million people were killed. Instead of people listening to nature, stop trying to greedily extract everything they can from nature. The nature's rebelling, giving us pandemics and global warming, instead of people listening and respecting this incredible manifestation called nature. But no, how much oil can we extract and how much this can we extract and coal and this and I don't know what kind of minerals, and it's all about money and greed and and the incredible thing is people would find better ways and more conscious ways of doing it if there wasn't all of this greed. And the greed creates samsara. It creates a delusional world. I once had a Japanese, a Korean masseuse. And he used to give me these massages that were probably the most painful massages I ever had in my life. But he could move things inside me and change my inner, my physical chemistry. He was an amazing masseuse. But while this pain, this excruciating pain of having bones shifted and muscles shifted, he's talking about, the stock market and this and that. I mean, it was really hysterical, I finally told him, will you just freaking shut up and just do your job, what I'm here for? Well, I'll never forget that. I mean, he was so wrapped up in the world, and yet he knew how to manipulate your, thing. I mean, he was a good friend of mine, that guy too. And I mean, God bless him. He got Alzheimer's and passed on, but he was a very good friend of mine. Used to be one of my best clients too. 75 Tibetan Tonka paintings, I think I sold to him, But I would go to him for massages because it was like Rudy going to Muktananda. You knew you were going to go there and spend an hour suffering. But when you came out, he was going to fix your body. It was extraordinary, and he did. He did. And that's why I say you never know what in life really is going to help you. And if you find things that help you, you got to use them. It's God sending you gifts. It means you are open enough inside to recognize a gift when it's being given to you. Does anyone else have a question? I'd like to say something I think that is very important. And, in this month, I have gone through such profound changes, even in the way I teach, the way I talk, the things I talk about. It's gotten to be of a very profound nature, and it's really has a singular purpose. And that, for me, my job is to pass on Rudy's work. And I've opened up in-person classes. I didn't have one yesterday because of my ankle, but tomorrow and Saturday, and going to have a retreat in, you know, in August, and probably have another one sometime in the fall, somewhere, maybe in Florida. I don't know, we'll see. But, what I'm trying to get at is that many people in the last week fell away from here. When I got back from vacation, and I spoke about this before I left, people just vanished. And I find, and I went inside myself today. Nityananda said, we just shook the tree, Stuart. We just pruned the tree.
Uh,
And you're going to get back to a foundation of people that are really ready to learn this extraordinary thing that is going to flow through you. This is what Nityananda told me tonight, because I go, what the hell's going on here? Don't worry, we just pruned the tree. You want a healthy tree to grow, it's got to be pruned, and people are not ready for the kind of stuff that you're going to be able to teach, and that's going to come through you. Even today, now, in the very near future. So, I don't understand these things. I just take life as it comes. I don't get upset anymore. It's just life, everything changes, people change. I respect people's wishes. They want to study, they don't want to study. It's not my problem, you understand? And I respect people's choices and wishes. They don't want to get vaccinated. Look, up until COVID, I was probably one of the greatest anti-vaxxers you'd ever meet. I never got vaccinated for any measles, mumps, all this stuff that was going around, And I never believed in it. And then when I saw 950,000 people got killed from this thing, I said, I had a daughter who got it, and people living around me. And I said, Stuart, go get vaccinated. What's the big deal? You have to respect and truly love the people around you and make sure that you do everything possible for them not to get sick. Now, if people don't want to do that, it's okay. I don't care, but don't use this as an excuse to miss the incredible teachings that are coming now. Because many people have done that. Well, I can't study with I won't get vaccinated. I say, all right, you still come to meditation here online without being vaccinated. I'm not in competition with other gurus. You can study with anybody you want. And I respect that. I'm not here to control people. I'm here to free people. I'm here to get them strong enough so they can truly attain a state of enlightenment. That's my job. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to live. I'm not a young man anymore. But whatever it is, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just asking people to take advantage of it, because the whole nature of this meditation is changing right now. And it's going to a much higher level, much more refined level, and a much deeper level. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful to share this with all of you. So don't get into your head about crap. Nothing matters. The only thing that matters is that you grow spiritually. That's the only thing that matters. People want to be teachers and this and that. Let me tell you something. Teaching this is a pile of shit. It really is. It's a terrible job to have to sit here and work with so many people and help them with their karma and all the problems that come. And I've made a lot of teachers, and many of them have made my life really miserable, because of their own egos and who they thought they were and what they became, and the power about transmitting Shakti and all that crap, So don't get this into your head. If you're supposed to be a teacher, you will grow right into it organically. And I will be the first person on the planet Earth to tell you that I want you to start teaching. And I mean this. And then it really becomes wonderful, because you can nurture people. And, I can't tell you the nonsense I have been through in my life. That's why I said I'm no longer a guru. I just train people. I'm a Kundalini aerobics instructor. trying to train people to build systems inside themselves that are strong enough that they can sit with the real guru, which is life.
Mhm.
Life is the real guru. So I'm not a guru. You know, I'm a Kundalini, I'm getting a big sign here, Kundalini aerobics instructor.
I'll buy that shirt.
What?
I'll buy
You
that
buy that
shirt.
shirt?
I'll buy that shirt.
We'll get them printed up. Kundalini aerobics.
Hmm.
I mean, Rudy always said that to me. He said to me, I told you this 100 times. I'm sitting there and Muktananda is giving a talk about how the guru is God. And you have to revere the guru and worship the guru, and that will get you to God. And Rudy is sitting behind me, whispering in my ear, while this is going, Muktananda is going, he said, the best the guru can be is the servant of God and the servant of his students. That's the highest level he can take. And that little whisper in my ear basically saved my life at the time. Because I could have got so swept away in that Muktananda stuff that went on then. And it really, telling you, Rudy was always there at the right moment to tell me things that were so profound that the highest level of teaching is simply being a servant. Not being a teacher, not being some egomaniac sitting there and transmitting Shakti and, the power of who you are. It's all bullshit. It doesn't get anyone anywhere. But it's simply being a servant to serve all of you, to serve God. And you want to break through samsara, that's the way to break through samsara. Serve your family, serve your friends, serve the people you work with. And at the same time, be a servant of God. Does anyone think I'm going to have to move soon? I was in Costa Rica for 7 days. That's where I went. That was the big mystery, where I was. And 7 days, I almost never coughed. And there's something in this apartment. I have to start seriously thinking of finding another place. There's something here that I'm allergic to that as soon as I got back here, this cough came. For 7 days, I think I coughed twice in 7 days.
Mhm.
Does anyone have a question? Anyone else have a question?
Stuart, this is Melissa. Hi. I'm wondering about during meditation, sometimes I feel like my chakra is outside of my body. Should I be then holding the focus on what would normally be the Bindu point?
Melissa, your idea is correct. The chakras are not limited to the body. They will extend infinitely outside your body, but you have to stay one-pointed
Okay.
at the center. And
Okay.
then they will just grow. The heart chakra, the heart chakra can encompass the world.
Mm.
This chakra in the third eye, it opens up all knowledge, wisdom. It's infinite. But you've got to stay centered at the very core of your being and build that and allow it to grow and expand.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
understand.
One thing, Vera, I changed the clock here in America. In the US, we changed the clock. It's an hour ahead. So the class will be an hour earlier for you, okay? So that you'll be here on time. You'll get the best benefits. Okay, if anyone else has a question? Okay, well, God bless you all. Thank you. A lot of people are coming here in April. I can't wait. I mean it. the end of April is packed here. We have a full house. So I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. And God bless you all for being here, doing this, for, for forcing me by your very presence here to grow in my life. So thank you and bless you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. There'll be class on Sunday.
Mm.
Thank you very much. Stuart.
Good.
So,
Thank you, Stuart.
Mm.